Hi, I'm James Kumke. I work for Project Lawn and Landscape. I mow, fertilize, landscape, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the Flagstone path that we built this morning.
This is the Flagstone path we built this morning just outside the shop. The first step we did was to take the skid steer in, scrape off some dirt, and get the general grade of what we wanted. Took our rakes and shovels to get an even better grade, slope away from the shop a little bit. After that, we put some sand down to give us a base to set our flagstone on. We started by building our first step, finding the flagstone piece to put our step up to the door here, since there was such a great drop off there. Didn't want a giant step. And after we did that, we dug a trench, put in an edging piece to kind of hold the sand and all the flagstone in together so that it doesn't slide all over and the sand doesn't wash away. After that, we just started figuring out what pieces fit where. Start with some big ones, put them down, get some straight lines along the edges. After that, then we got some smaller pieces that looked like they'd fit, and if they didn't quite fit, we would get a hammer and chisel away what we didn't want, just to kind of make some better lines. Not necessarily straight lines. We want some rougher lines. That's why we didn't use a saw, make it look a little more natural anyway. After that, we got everything leveled in, put the sand in how we wanted, made sure all the stones were level and didn't rock back and forth. Went back and filled in with some more sand, some coarser sand, kind of a little wetter, so it helps hold everything together so it doesn't slide around on you, move anymore. And then we came back and put in some plants, dug holes and put our plants in. These plants are special for this kind of application because they allow you to walk on them and step on them. They range anywhere from light to heavy footwear. Light is 1 to 2 times a week being stepped on, and heavy is you can step on them 3 or more times a day and it won't hurt them. You do need to water them, keep them watered, and pay attention to where you build your path if it's shaded or if it's full sun, because a lot of these plants don't like full sun. They'll prefer more shaded areas. And as you can see, we still got to put in one piece of edging yet on the side there to help hold the sand in so it doesn't wash away. And after we got all that in, we backfilled with some gravel, rock, just to kind of finish it off a little bit and hold everything in and make it look presentable. This step here we created, there's such a big drop off from the bottom of the door to the ground, and it's kind of hard for sometimes to step up in there, so we started off by having our grade of our dirt on there, put a lot of sand down, and put these edgers down, set them in the sand real good and sturdy, made sure they're all level, and then we found a big piece. We wanted big enough so you can actually step on it, and it covers wide enough so it covers the entire door, width of the door. And after we found that, we kind of got situated in there, and to finalize it, we put down some silicone glue on top of the edgers and set our flagstone on top of that to make it secure so it doesn't slide off when people step on it, and if you step on the edge, it won't flip off on you. And we also wanted to choose a piece that wasn't real thick, because sandstone does come in different thicknesses and different sizes and shapes. That's one reason why we don't get a final grade on when we put these in, because some pieces are thicker than others, and when you put them in, they're not going to set level, so you got to put some more sand under some less sand under some. And for our step here, we didn't want a real thick piece, thinner piece, just makes it look a little nicer. Didn't want something big and chunky sticking out there. So once we got everything set in, we went ahead and filled in the rest of the cracks with sand, brushed it all in, swept it in, made sure it was all nice and level, and went back and planted in our plants. This right here is a Irish moss. It's very tolerant to footwear. You can step on it 3 or more times a day and it'll still be growing and green. This right here is a type of viola. It doesn't like to be stepped on a lot, but it does fill in really good. It gets about 4 to 6 inches tall. And this back here is a type of baby's breath. It's more of a moderate type of footwear. It can step on it anywhere from 1 to 2 times a week, or a little bit more than that sometimes. And the Viola and the Baby's Breath like partial sun. They prefer morning sun over PM sun. And the Irish Moss, it's a full sun plant, so you can plant it pretty much anywhere and it'll grow and do great in hot, dry areas too. That's one of the bonuses to that one. On this particular project, we used a steel edging. It's buried about 3 to 4 inches deep in the ground, and it's got steel spikes that hold it. That's basically to keep the sand in from washing away and to keep the rock from the driveway from coming into the ground. To finish this off, we actually have to dig another trench along here and put our steel edging in, and then backfill it, and then come back and put some more sand in just to make sure everything's held in tight. There are other kinds of edging. There's steel, which we use. There's plastic edging, and there's also concrete edging. You can get them in different forms of edging too. You can actually have, like what we used underneath the step is one form of concrete edging. This is the flagstone path we built this morning. It took us a couple hours to do. We
thank you for watching eCountryLifestyle.com.